Okay, let's just jump right into this explainer. We're looking at a huge national upskilling initiative that's completely reshaping how Malaysia handles dangerous goods. We're talking about the UNECE ADR DGSA Certification. Now, I know that sounds like a massive alphabet soup, but behind all those letters is the gold standard, the global UN standard for transporting hazardous materials. Mastering this, it's a total game changer for supply chain safety. We're basically looking at a framework designed to take the nation's safety professionals to an entirely new level.
But first, we really have to ask ourselves a tough question. Do you actually understand the dangerous goods moving through your supply chain? Because, as these global networks get more and more complex, having just a surface-level understanding, it's just not going to cut it anymore. It's so easy to glance at a shipping manifest and just see standard barcodes. But think about it. If a container starts leaking at 3 a.m., do you truly grasp the chemical risk sitting right there on your loading dock? Basic awareness is frankly out the window when a single mistake can cost human lives or cause massive environmental damage.
So here's the bottom line. Industries are in desperate need of Certified Dangerous Goods Safety Advisors, or DGSAs for short. Companies don't just need people who can check a compliance box anymore. They need actual experts. People who can look at a logistical plan, instantly spot the invisible risks, and stop an accident before a truck even turns its key. It's all about keeping these hazardous materials moving safely and legally across borders.
And look, this isn't just some weekend seminar you sit through to get a piece of paper. This initiative is a brilliant partnership between the Malaysia Productivity Corporation, or MPC, and the IRU Academy in Geneva. What they've done is take top-tier international safety standards and firmly plant them right here on home soil. It's about establishing a premier, globally recognized standard in Malaysia.
You can really see the sheer institutional weight backing this up, too. We're talking unparalleled support from national watchdogs like DOSH, the Ministry of Investment, Trade and Industry, the Chemical Industries Council, the whole shebang. This massive coalition basically guarantees that the training isn't just theoretical. It carries real enforceable authority for safety and health officers across the entire country.
And the impact of taking this deep dive, it's completely eye-opening. Just listen to this from Mahad Roseland bin Mathussan, a senior specialist over at Pengerang Refinery. He basically admitted that before the course, dangerous goods symbols just looked like, well, basic markings. But after going through this rigorous 7-day training, the true complexity and the very real dangers of those markings hit home. Honestly, after hearing that, you'll probably never look at a simple shipping label the same way again.
So how do you get to that level of realization? Well, the 7-day curriculum acts as a complete blueprint for real-world expertise. You're definitely not just skimming a textbook here. You're actually stress testing your knowledge. We're talking deep dives into proper classification, super strict packaging laws, mandatory annual reporting, all culminating in final exams and case studies that force you to apply the regulations to highly realistic, intense scenarios.
The whole program is delivered through the Asian Institute of Logistics, which is an accredited training institution of the IRU Academy right here in Malaysia. And because the training is so intense and so meticulously structured, you walk away from that week with a completely new level of analytical skill. You get that advisory confidence that, quite frankly, sets the top-tier compliance pros apart from everyone else.
But hey, a curriculum is really only as good as the person teaching it, right? Throughout this certification, you're guided by Dr. Ivan Schmelzer. And his background is just an incredibly rare combination. He's actually a medical doctor with a master's in molecular biology, who also just happens to be a frontline logistics expert and an IRU certified consultant. The man brings over 25 years of dangerous goods training and consultancy experience to the table. But here is the absolute kicker. He literally leads the IRU UN delegation at the Working Party 15. That's the UN Committee on the Inland Transport of Dangerous Goods. Having a trainer who actively leads UN delegations, that means you're getting your insights straight from the actual people writing the global rules. You aren't just learning what the regulations are, you're learning exactly why they exist. The results of learning directly from the rulemakers, they speak for themselves. Just look at this takeaway from Mohd Isma Faisal Ismail, an executive at Petronas Chemical Marketing. He said, "No one can cheat or lie to us anymore." I mean, wow. That right there is the superpower of regulatory mastery. You become an absolute safety authority who can see right through any operational shortcuts or hidden non-compliance.
And it's not just corporate compliance officers seeing the value here. When a senior superintendent from the Fire and Rescue Department headquarters vouches for the course, you know it has real, life-saving utility. For these emergency responders, being able to instantly decode a UN number isn't about filling out paperwork. It's the critical tactical intel that literally dictates how they fight a toxic fire and save lives.
Plus, even if you're already experienced and have taken basic awareness or IMDG courses, this certification still brings massive value. Nurse Shahara from Kaneka, Malaysia, pointed out that the deep chemical focus of this ADR-based training bridges some really critical knowledge gaps that other courses just completely miss. It makes everything incredibly relatable and applicable to daily industry operations.
Now, let's look at how fast this initiative is moving, because the momentum is just incredible. What started in late 2024 as a small pilot program with just 7 pioneers quickly snowballed. By August of 2025, 34 newly minted DGSAs were celebrated at a huge award ceremony at the MPC head office. And then, early 2026 saw 6 more industry leaders successfully certified.
Which brings us to exactly 40. There are currently 40 certified DGSAs across the entirety of Malaysia. Just think about that number for a second. In a massive, heavily industrialized nation, being one of only 40 certified experts puts you in an incredibly elite vanguard. You're standing shoulder to shoulder with representatives from industry giants like Petronas, BSAF, and Northport Berhad.
But the reality is, the industry desperately needs more of these leaders. So if you're looking to elevate your organization's safety culture, the window is opening soon. The next certification intake is scheduled from August 10th to the 18th, 2026 at the Armada Hotel in Petaling, Jaya. And given how intense and highly specialized this course is, seats are strictly limited.
Now let's talk about the investment. The fee is set at Rm $21,305. But, and this is a massive advantage for Malaysian employers, the course is fully claimable under the SBL KHS National Training Fund. Since that financial barrier is essentially wiped out for contributing organizations, there's absolutely zero excuse to delay upgrading your professional competence.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with this one final thought. We live in a world defined by complex, fast-moving, and frankly, potentially lethal supply chains. Your organization is completely relying on someone to be the ultimate expert. The risks are just way too high for guesswork. So, will you step forward to be that undisputed safety authority, or will you leave your company's survival entirely to chance?